Hello guys, welcome to another video of my YouTube channel, Esoteric Cloud Surfer. In this channel we create and we go into lighter, higher frequency, in a higher frequency, less dense shapes and forms that our body and the realm that we are living in right now, aka esoteric clouds. And this is a quick video that I wanted to do about the 21st of December, the Saturn and whoa, I was about to say Saturn and Pluto conjunction, that's powerful, but it's about the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction. And with my Aquarian power, I want to shut down all the egos of all people that are fear mongering with that bullshit. Okay? I don't like it, and it's not true. It's not about, I don't know. I don't know, that shit doesn't. I've heard some fear mongering. Okay? I will not deliver to you the fear mongering, but there is. So if you are watching this video and you watched as well some fear mongering, or maybe you are watching this video in the future and you remember some things from 21st of December 2020, remember that me, as a Esoteric Cloud Surfer, is being real, and I say that it's not being good or bad. There is an energy. And you can take that energy and use it for whatever you want. You just need to know what energy you are expecting for. So let's do it. Very quickly, we have Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn, restriction, limitation, work, routine and pattern, and stability. And I need to do like one video protecting Saturn, protecting my boy. Because too much people misunderstand Saturn and Scorpios and Cap, all right? But Saturn, because I was just heard, my girlfriend was watching a video of that fear mongering about the conjunction, and the guy was talking about Saturn is the ruler of the restrictions, the ability of not doing something. First strike, wrong, bitch. No, it might seem like that, but it's like the restrictions that Saturn gives us, because Saturn gives us restriction. It does not impose, it gives us. You have to be in that program first. And it restricts ourselves from shit that doesn't matter to ourselves, so that we can focus on one or two or a minor amount of shit that interest us. So Saturn does not restrict you for things that are useful to you. No, Saturn restricts you from bullshit. Especially Saturn in Cap and now Saturn in Aquarius, it's restricting you from bullshit. It's a guardian, it's a protector. Don't talk about Saturn like it's a motherfucker that's about down and destroy your life. Well, it will if you are attached to a whole bunch of bullshit. It will destroy your life because your life is based on bullshit. But if it's not the case, don't worry. Saturn is limiting you to paying attention to bullshit so you can focus on your own thing, on the things that are beneficial to you, on your work, on your stability, on your individuality. Saturn rules Aquarius, don't forget, it's about individuality, it's about networking. So it's limiting you so you don't go too far, paying attention to much bullshit, and you are focused on your work. You are focused on your own space. So it's not Saturn limiting me of what I want to do. Life is so harsh. No, Saturn does not limiting. It's not the ability to not do something. Saturn is the ability to focus on something. Is the ability to only do something. Is the ability to focus our power in one something. It's not doing anything. It's not blocking us for doing things. It is allowing to do one thing better and stop paying attention to other shits. So it's like it was incomplete. What that guy saying was incomplete. Saturn does limit us from doing some things, but in order for us to focus on things that are good and that will help us construction in balance in our motherfucking life. Okay? Then we have that. And then we have Jupiter, which is expansion, experience, and belief. Saturn is knowing, seeing with our own eyes. Jupiter is imagining and believing. uh, the stats do not matter for Jupiter, but the stats, the analysis matter for Saturn. So we are those two will be conjuncting. So we have expanding limits or limiting expansions because they are both conjuncting. So we have both energies playing out a game, a balance game, and you can limit your experiences or you can expand your limits. You can be real about your imaginations or you can be in la la land about your reality. You can have structure with your experiences or you can expand restrictions. So it's not like this is going to happen, that is going to happen. No, it's like there is a lot because it's Saturn and Jupiter. They are bigger than the Sun, they are bigger than the Moon, they are bigger than Mercury, they are bigger than Venus, and they are bigger than Mars in terms of orbit, influence, and light. So they are like important because Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus, they are too far away. They are co-rulers. Saturn and Jupiter, they are like the higher rulers of the rest of our chakras. So they are coming together. They are on a reunion, like deciding how the next uh, time of their rulership will be. And you have a Jupiter, you have a Saturn. Everybody does. So it's not like because those two in the sky are conjuncting that some great event will happen. Also, there are other elements in the sky. Where is Mars? Where is Sun? Where is the Moon? Where is Mercury? It's not like the great conjunction, the world is going to change because Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. No, Mars is in Aries. How about that? The world will change about that as well, right? And oh, they are going to make our communication separated. No, you do that because you are on that program. It's not Saturn. I was seeing a time someone was talking about the last time, I think it was Pluto conjuncting Jupiter happened, this disease happened. No, that alignment happened, and the shadow government or somebody else created that disease to trap in that energy and use it for themselves. Like it what's happening right now. Like the coronavirus, fake ass virus, it is not because of the conjunction or because of the alignments in the sky. No, somebody created that to use the energies in the sky because you or everybody else that is paying attention to that is directing that energy to whoever created that. So who created is receiving that energy under those alignments so they can use that energy with the alignments to produce any kind of things they want. So it's not the alignments that bring events. The alignments bring energies and people in energies make the events. But if you are paying attention to somebody else's way to do the energy, you are participating in their event. It's not Saturn and Jupiter conjuncting, it's you reacting and responding to somebody else's event, right? So, the world is not going to end, it's going to change, all right? And what change is that? We are changing from earth to air, from internalizing sense to expressing sense, internalizing logic to expressing logic, internal network because that's Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Saturn is exalted in Libra, so it's about relationships, about networking, and in Cap it was internal. In Aquarius it's going to be external and more and less personal less sentimental. Cap is not sentimental already. Aquarius is even less. So yeah, and social distancing is not for every YouTuber astrologer that said that social distancing came from Saturn in Aquarius. Bitch, you dumb as fuck. The government created that. Who made that law? Who followed? Who imposed that law? It's not Saturn. What the fuck? No, somebody created that law. And people are following that law easier and cool because Saturn was in Aquarius before it went back into Cap. It is not Saturn that says, hey, now it's time to social distancing. No, somebody created that plan and that plan fits the energy of Saturn in Aquarius. It's not the energy of Saturn in Aquarius that creates it. The plan fits. People accept, people are happy because the energy is there. And that Instagram shit that they can use your information, blah blah blah, happened on the Jupiter entering Aquarius, expanding communication, expanding technology, expanding thinking, expanding analyzing, and the moon was in Pisces, making you react and respond very emotionally and dreamy to that. But think about it. They say that they are allowed to do those things now. But even if they weren't, they were allowed to do it, they were doing it anyway. Anyway. Oh, but now they can see the type of my phone. For your phone to connect to the internet, it has to establish some kind of protocol where the source of the internet already knows some specs of your phone. And like 1 month ago, I seen somebody on Insta posting how your camera by default analyzes your environments. So there is anything new. But what I see today, because today is where those new laws, those new regulations of Instagram, they went in, I saw many people drop out Instagram. Oh, I'm going to do things on Patreon. I'm going to do things on YouTube. I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. Go for it. But then don't come later and say that it was Jupiter and Aquarius with Saturn in Aquarius that made that. No, you made that. You quit Instagram because they are doing the same thing they were doing before. Because think about it. YouTube is cool. YouTube is one of the best platforms. Patreon is cool, but in Patreon, it's more personal support, more personal income. YouTube is more expose your knowledge, expose your wisdom, making videos, being more artist with there. Instagram is way more personal, free content of your daily life. You check out every single day. I bet you check out more Instagram than all of the other platforms, including Facebook and Twitter, right? And now many people are leaving Instagram. That's they're using Saturn in Aquarius energy. It's not Saturn in Aquarius that's doing it, but they are using Saturn in Aquarius to limit socializing, to limit connection, to limit making a group that goes in their own path, a group that is fixed on their own way to think and communicate. So if you are now, many people, I hope not, but if many people are leaving Instagram now, they will break that more personal. And what do I say by personal? Is like a person that does not know you very well or does not talk to you through DMs or through really personal, because we're talking about technology and Aquarius and air, so there is a limit to the personal concept. But they don't talk to you every day or they don't do anything about your life, but they still can be inspired for your stories, from your posts, from your videos on Instagram. And Instagram has that lighter vibe than YouTube. It's easier to connect, and to people that do not know you, come to know you in Instagram, and then they know the rest of your work. That's where they are striking, on that first contact, on that lighter communication. That's air. That's air. That's where they are cutting. And then they want to expand their own wisdom and reasons and meanings behind it. And people are reacting and responding to it because it was made on a Pisces moon. Perfect. Those guys are slick. But the thing is, don't break that connection. You don't need to erase Instagram. You don't just and you should done this before. Just take a break. Be more moderate how you use Instagram because you are changing energy with that app and information. But everything that they are doing right now, they were already doing it. Just by you having a SIM card on your phone to be able to call to someone, they can track down your location. Bro, real easy. And they they were they were doing it before. They weren't allowed to do it or it wasn't public, but they were already doing it. For sure, for sure. There is if you have your mobile data on, your information goes get stored everywhere you go. Goes get stored on Google Maps. So what are you afraid for? That's a great example. Because it's not Saturn in Aquarius or Jupiter in Aquarius. It's somebody else making a whole big group of people reacting to a thing that fits the energy, it fits the space, it fits the scenario, it fits the stage. Alright? So, but it's a great conjunction. It's a great time for us, a great time to be alive, but to be Aquarius, man. Don't forget. Be Aquarius right now. Be an individual, original, unique, changing, rebellious, oppose. Be fixed on your own way to communicate and to think and to make sense. Be fixed on your own way to express yourself. Be fixed. Don't connect with demons. Don't connect with lower beings. You stay alone until you fight the right one. I'm an Aquarius Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus. I know what I'm talking about. I know where they are striking the Aquarius energy. Because it's hard to connect with Aquarius energy. It's fixed air. And I'm not talking about Instagram in specific, the app itself. I'm talking about the vibe. How easy is to connect through Instagram because people know you first on Instagram or on Twitter and then they go check your YouTube, then they go check your Patreon. But if they didn't know you from Instagram, they will know that you have a YouTube because YouTube is harder to search for someone in specific. Instagram is way easier. So Aquarius is like isolated air. So it needs an easier way to connect. And it's where they are striking in that first easier lighter air Gemini and Libra. So we have a harder time to express ourselves into a group, a powerful group, not a group, a powerful group, a higher frequency and vibration group. And that's what they are trying to do, separate and then conquer. So don't play their game. Don't delete Instagram, don't stop using Instagram, but on the other hand, one thing that you already should have done, if you haven't done before, is take breaks, be moderate, do that in moderation, do that in balance. And if you do that, even if they take information from you, whatever, what can they do with that if you are spiritually inclined? If you do that in moderation, if you use Instagram and you are not used for it, you don't need to fear anything. Because they already have your information, bro. They are ready. Don't be afraid for something they were already done. Was already doing. So, the great conjunction, great time to expand, to experience, to have stability, to have new, to be. So, we are going to be Aquarius, original, unique, new, rebel, opposing, being fixed on our own way to communicate and think about our stability, status, networking, experiences, wisdom, how we express our like you go through a situation and how you then talk about it is going to be more logical. You are going to think more before you express. Like before Jupiter was in Cap, it was in Sag. That it was a time like the very same feeling that you had in the experience was the same feeling that you were expressing. Now it's different. You put that feeling through a more uh, logical filter. And I just remembered I said this in my Saturn in Aquarius video. Don't you expect any humanitarian saving the world kind of energy? I told you. Humanitarians for Aquarius is killing all the dumb motherfuckers. Uh, Humanitarian energy for Aquarius is you can't help yourself, you need to die. So don't give any hope to that energy. I'm an Aquarius. I left that space a long time ago. I know every spirit deserves to have its own experience. Don't you now start to be a fucking demon Aquarius and start to think that people don't protect me from, people don't. They need to go to prison, they need to go to die. No, everybody deserves to have its own way to experience. So, don't be afraid of the conjunction. If anyone is making you feel afraid, kill, unfollow, block. Don't pay attention to that. Be strong to yourself. Know where, in which house will the conjunction happen. How is aligning with your sun? How is aligning with your moon? How is aligning with your Jupiter and Saturn? And that's the real conclusion. Not some random guy on the internet saying that they are going to do this, that. No. Saturn and Jupiter don't do shit. They are doing themselves, bro. You have to do you as well. And do not follow any program that use that energy. For any questions, readings, paintings, hit my email, esotericsurfer69 at gmail.com, or my Patreon, Esoteric Surfer, as well. And see you next time. Be an individual. Remember, don't let outside programs use your own energy to their agenda. Use your own energy to your own agenda. Also, be aware of the tidal waves. We are going through a big tidal wave because it's like two big bodies of water coming together on a very powerful sign. And Saturn is at home there, so it's going to be powerful, expansion, limit, reality, because then Saturn is associated to work, routine, having money, so that goes very deep into persons, into the people nowadays, because people think about tomorrow, people think about school, people think about status, people think about having degrees, people think about having money to buy food tomorrow, and then Jupiter goes even deeper because it's about what you believe, what dreams you have, what kind of experiences do you go through in order to expand. But people are flipped, people are lost into the left brain, that's it, the left brain. So Saturn makes them feel more worried. Jupiter is like, alright, but when they are dying, they regret that. So that's going to be a huge wave coming in our way. And don't let that wave wash you into a space where your spirit doesn't like to be in, or into a space where your spirit does not have any business there. Because then your spirit will start to produce shapes and forms and circumstances that creates pain for you to remember to get out of that situation. And because it's a big wave, if you can be washed up to really far away, bro. So don't do that. You use the wave to go to your own location and chill and do your own shit. Alright? So don't be afraid. Don't let anybody else making you afraid. Just take the energy and do it for your own self. You know how it is. We are expanding, changing the world right here, right now. Esoteric Cloud Surfer, surfing out. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Shout out to any real soul group members, because there are many soul group members because they think they are spiritual, because they are good at doing music, because they are good at doing something. You're not spiritual because you are good at doing something. You need to know yourself first, and there is a lot of shit going on. If you are into the soul group gossip, you know what's going on. Just be because this is Aquarius, really about connection. Don't be naive. Place healthy limits and boundaries to your connections and to people, places, things, energies, frequency, and vibrations you are connecting to. And you will be alright. Uh, Also, very important, construct based on experiences. Construct stability based on your own individual experience. That's the key for this conjunction. And shout out to Daria, my beautiful soulmate. She has great artistic works. She has beautiful videos as well. Check her out. You're not wasting your time at all. So, you know it. Until the next time, Esoteric Cloud Surfer, surfing out. Have a nice day and be a fucking individual. Stay well.